The parking lot behind me, directly south of the sub, is where university officials say they would like to build the new Norm Esbjergsen Innovation Center. First-time participants tell me the hardest part about ice climbing is keeping their balance and making sure they hit the right spot with their ice tool. I'm here at the Gallatin County Law and Justice Center, the same place where Kevin Briggs walked out those doors behind me on February 1st. But as soon as the woman began screaming, the man ran through this fence and headed south towards Montana State University. The mudslides are quite dry today, but land management officials tell me that could change. Police say a small explosion that happened on Tuesday evening at this Bozeman hotel behind me was caused by a methamphetamine lab. It's that time again. Another school year is beginning for thousands of children across the Gallatin Valley. On Tuesday, a mountain lion entered this home, ripping the screen leading into the kitchen and tearing up the master bedroom and bath.
Just automatically assume house cat, badger, maybe a gopher, or something. Not that, not that at all.
The only thing I could think of was what would have happened if the dogs were there. Like, that was the only thing that was crossing my mind.
The mountain lion entered into the kitchen, then made his way over to the closet.
And then, I don't know what attracted him into the water closet, but decided to turn off the hot water in the house.
The mountain lion then made his way to the master bedroom, where he did most of his damage, including breaking a TV, scratching up the dressers, and a picture frame.
Busted up the TV, chewed through our shower hose, so we have to replace that. Broke a couple bowls. Furniture, we gotta replace it probably.
When Fish, Wildlife, and Parks arrived, they locked the mountain lion in the bathroom.
Peer around the corner of the bathroom, and that was the biggest cat I've ever seen in my life. I had a field day in there, buried all my wife's toiletries, turned on the water, overflooded the bathroom.
He ended up spending about 2 hours in the bathtub, where he managed to tear up and break the shower head.
He kind of made camp in there for a couple hours.
Most daunting piece was the tub that we would have to clean up all that glass, and the wildlife people said because they had to tranquilize him in there that any blood that was in there might have that medication in there.
FWP tranquilized and transported the animal to Bozeman, where he was later euthanized. Cody says he's never seen anything like this before.
Anything's really unpredictable here. It's their country too.
In Wilsall, Brittany Wright, ABC Fox, Montana. Axtell Gateway Road behind me still remains closed due to an ice jam along the Gallatin River and Gallatin Gateway. But although the road is closed, residents tell me they are still making it in and out of their driveways. Jack Anderson's house sits right off Axtell Gateway Road. He says high waters hasn't stopped him from driving up and down the road to get to his house.
It hasn't been difficult, but there's times there where it's a little bit grabby at certain spots. Clear my driveway over here, right, just destroying my neighbor's horse pasture.
He says the last couple days, the flooding has gotten worse.
It sounds like a river over there, but when you're looking at it, it's not a road anymore, it's just a river.
Currently, the ice jam is flowing through the west channel of the river.
The bulk of that water is flowing off to the west side towards the Axtell Gateway Road, which is putting water in and around those houses and on the road itself.
Right now, there are 18 structures affected by this ice jam on Axtell Gateway Road, from Gateway South to Deer Springs Lane.
Most of the houses that are presently directly impacted have water around the houses, water up to the houses, on the driveways, the roads. However, the houses are not uninhabitable. Lonergan
recommends that everyone affected by the ice jam has an evacuation plan in place because ice jams are unpredictable and can change quickly.
How they're going to protect their house if they're not already affected, and if they did have to leave their house for some reason, how they're going to do that, what they're going to take with them.
And for Anderson, he is hoping for the best.
I'm just kind of watching my house pretty carefully, making sure the whole river system does not go to my house.
In Gallatin Gateway, Brittany Wright, ABC Fox, Montana.
It was astronomical what happened.
Glass covers the hallway of the Continental Motor Inn on East Main in Bozeman, where a minor explosion happened on Tuesday evening. Shannon Freeman was staying in the hotel, a few doors down from where the incident happened. She says she walked out her door and immediately called 911.
There was smoke and just this stuff just billowing out of the room, down the hallways. It was terrible.
She describes the explosion as similar to an earthquake.
Just noise and the whole building just shook. And so I ran out the door and the window up here was on the ground and there's smoke.
During the explosion, the room's window was blown out and the door was bent, but no one was injured and there was little fire damage to the building.
They did evacuate the surrounding area, and that room itself has been, cordoned off as part of the investigation.
Captain Steve Crawford with the Bozeman Police Department says the explosion was caused by a methamphetamine lab inside the room.
The investigators responded, and looking at evidence that they located there was enough to label it as a confirmed meth lab.
The Missouri River Drug Task Force is currently investigating the incident.
The investigators typically will process the evidence that is seized and collected, and there will be kind of that side of the investigation, and then there will be a hands-on investigation into determining who's responsible.
Crawford says they do not know how many people were in the room at the time. No one has been charged at this time. In Bozeman, Brittany Wright, ABC Fox, Montana.